Over at Eternal Weekend Japan, there was one deck list that stood out to me above the rest. In 53rd place, Food Chain. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to the first Wednesday Night League since starting streaming again. I have a Senpai donation in the bank. We're going to start making our way through. We have maybe 12 or so donations that I need to get through. Tonight we'll do one. This is a mixture of a Senpai donation deck list and an actual deck list that was played at Eternal Weekend in Asia. KGYM went 5-3 and placed 53rd out of 190 or so players over in Japan just last weekend with this really nice looking food chain combo deck. I have played some food chain combo on the channel before, but this is the list that we took it from. We made some changes to incorporate a card that Senpai has been looking to see, and we ended up here. The card that Senpai has been interested in seeing is a Dour port-mage. This is a frog wizard. Whenever one or more creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card, and it can also bounce creatures you control back to your hand. The food chain combo pairs very nicely with the port-mage. Food chain is exile a creature you control. You get X mana +1 of any color, where X is the exiled creature's mana cost, and you can only spend that mana to cast creature spells. The combo with food chain is either Eternal Scourge or Mist Hollow Griffin. Both are cards that you can cast from exile. So you cast a Mist Hollow Griffin, exile the Mist Hollow Griffin, cast the Mist Hollow Griffin, exile the Mist Hollow Griffin, and you get infinite mana for creature spells. Traditionally, lists will find a Hydroid Crisis or a Walking Ballista and win that way. But Dour Port is going to draw through our deck, so we can win with a Walking Ballista or even just a Thassa's Oracle. That's the main idea. The list we took it from had a really interesting setup with 3 food chain creatures and 2 Manipulate Fate, which is a 1 and a blue. Search for 3 cards and exile them, then shuffle. So you can exile your creatures. They'll just be there in exile for you to cast at any point in time. So it's almost like this is, 1 and a blue, draw 4. Almost. The rest of this deck is a generic blue-white shell. We're going to play some cards like Lavinia. Snapcaster Mage should go well with this Dour port-mage. Tamiyo, if it flips, will trigger the port-mage as well as draw some extra cards. We've got a bunch of different good spells like Spell Pierce, Ponder, Flusterstorm, and Swords to Plowshares to help us navigate the current metagame, and obviously a big pile of forces. We're just going to keep the 53rd place's list sideboard. I like the look of it. It looks like it's got a lot of Jewel Hate, some cards for Oath, maybe a little on the weaker side for Dredge, but it's a Justin Vintage League. What's the likelihood we play against Dredge? Yeah, I do enjoy how this deck is mostly, like a blue-white controlling shell with a splash of combo. I think that's kind of a strong way to build vintage decks, is to approach them from an already existing strong pile of cards and add in your unique flavor. So we take this deck list through a Vintage League courtesy of Senpai, and I will see you in round 1. All right, round 1 of our Vintage League. I've got a hand that is truly against the spirit of the format with turn 1 Lavinia, but unfortunately I lost the die roll, so I guess it doesn't count. Definitely a keeper, though. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Uh-oh. This die roll looks important. Tinker? Uh-oh. The One Ring? Coveted Jewel? I was foolish to think my hand of no force of will would be allowed to play Magic. Yeah, the One Ring. Unlucky. Was that loud for anyone? Let me know. Try to put this on or something. Oh, okay, sure. And a coveted jewel? Ah. All right, well, I guess I should have mulligan to Forcible. Or won the die roll and played turn 1 Lavinia, and my opponent would not be able to play Magic at all. Sag. All right, well, we have good answers here. We've got Collector Roof. We've got Hold Reachers. We've got Consign to Memory. And probably want to keep some number of swords in case they pivot on us. What are we going to combo? This is the point where I go, okay, so I'm going to take out Food Chain, Mist Hollow Griffin, Manipulate Fate. We'll see. Hold on. I mean, like, you really do want to be just full control in the matchup, so I'll do my best to keep some combo in. Hold on. I will figure it out. All right, I can take out Flusterstorm and Mental Misstep. I don't even know if we need this Walking Ballista in the 75 at all. But I think it has some actual niceness against like blue-black, so maybe it's okay. Let's take out like 1 Food Chain, 1 port-mage, 1 Manipulate Fate, and an island. Can we get away with an island? Maybe a Caracas. 17, 5, and 2. We can probably get rid of an island. No. Let's get rid of Caracas, actually. Okay. I have successfully not cut the entire Food Chain combo. Chat, be happy with me. If I had my way. That is not... Those are not... There's no lands. Okay, this has lands and a counterspell. I'm going to keep it and put away the swords. The reason you want to keep some swords in the matchup is because if your opponent identifies that you have so many hate pieces, their main game plan is to cut the jewels and play Wormcoil Engines. I am just going to... I'm going to time... Yeah, I'm going to Time Walk. If I hit a land, I'll just play the Food Chain. And if I don't hit a land, then we can... I could just hold open Negation as well. Hold Reacher's really good if I could resolve it. Cannot. Force. Dower port-mage. Swords. I don't think this works for me. I'm just going to be stuck on 2 mana forever. It's kind of unfortunate set. Oh, I got a Wasteland. So hopefully I don't have to turn 1 negation, because I'd like to cast this Hull Breacher. But we'll have to see. That's kind of the downside of casting the Time Walk, is that I lose a blue card that I could have pitched to force. I could have just gone turn 1 Ponder. Maybe that would have been better. It was definitely a consideration. Blue, untapped. Manifold Key. Pass? Oh, okay. What the? Thank you. Okay, Magic Online. I see you. Magic Online had an update today, and it was a bit of a sketchy rollout, as Magic Online updates do sometimes happen to be. Consign to Memory. I need this 3rd mana. It doesn't look like a keepable hand to me. Yes, but dual players are something. Blue. Mana Vault. Sure. And? And? Hull Breacher. How does that make you feel? Is it bad? I hope the answer is bad. Force. Force. F6. If I get double forced, I get double forced. What am I gonna do about it? I can't do much about that. You get dismembered with it on the stack too, right? Time walk. Time walk, time vault. I lose the game. I'm ready. Yeah, it's Tinker. I bow to your coveted jewel. Yes, coveted jewel. 6 mana, give me 3 treasures. Doesn't matter. Win the game. All right. Needed to hit a land so I could have wastelanded this spring. Oh boy. Classic. They even have the force backup too. All right, round 2. Why isn't my MTG bot coming up? Please. Oh, it's probably because it's Wednesday. This hand also does not have a force of will. Am I supposed to mulligan every hand that doesn't have a force of will in Vintage? They mulligan to 4, so maybe the Wasteland hits the Bazaar of Baghdad, and we're okay. We're actually, I don't know if you know this, kind of, but we're behind by about a month. So we're playing Bloomborough cards tonight. Bloomborough. It is a Bazaar of Baghdad. We do have a Wasteland, so that kind of makes it one of our better hands. It's Dredge. 2 Dredgers. And a Grief. And a Chalice. I see. Okay. Well, that's Dredge 8 in the yard. They could always not beat me, right? All right, that's a creeping chill. They hit a Golgari Grave Troll. Okay. Yeah. Pretty good Grief my hand, sure. I don't have any good cards, so that's not too bad. I guess I lose my Ponder. Thanks, Kez. We're back. The first Dredge hitting an Icarid and a Golgari Grave Troll does not exactly bode well for me. But, as Andrea says, never lose faith. Yep, there goes my Ponder. I have a 4-mana 3/3 flyer. That could be good. Force of Negation. I think we're gonna die. It's okay. I can play a Thassa's Oracle, and that is actually a healing salve because it blocks Icarid for a turn. Dredge 6. Okay. They dredged an imp, but nothing else. That was particularly bad for me. As long as we got rid of the Bazaar, you know, there's chances here. I'm gonna cycle for a... Do I ever need double white or double green in this deck? Not really. Oh, I guess I only have 1 Tundra. So I guess it's a tropical island. Learn as we go. Flusterstorm. Okay, well, I am going to play the 1/3. I can always win the game comboing off with a Ballista because I have a second win con. So might as well just play this Oracle. I can always bounce this Oracle with the port-mage as well. Another Wasteland and a Snapcaster Mage. I think a Snapcaster Ponder seems pretty reasonable as far as things go. We also have a Savannah, not me. Do not forget the Savannah. I just can't Lorien revealed for a Savannah. Oh, we're not even bringing back the Icarid. The Thassa's Oracle has scared it away. Another Creeping Chill, but also an Imp. So there's still an Imp and a Thug, and I'm at 11. Is there any reason to... all right, we'll just play a Snapcaster Mage. And the Snapcaster Mage will target Ponder. And the Ponder will find us Yeah, I was hoping for a food chain, I believe. Even though a food chain, I don't have a mage, so I can't draw through my deck. All right, well, I will shuffle these cards away. They don't do anything. Tameo. Okay. I'll just leave back this Oracle for blocking duties. So my opponent's gonna dredge 5. Dredge 5. It hits another Creeping Shell along with a Prized Amalgam. Okay. And a Shambling Shell for dredging. Okay. How many Creeping Shells are left? There is 1 Creeping Shell left. Starting to get dicey. A Manipulate Fate. I see. Yeah, we can manipulate some fate. Why not? I can get rid of a bad card, including. All right, I'm going to manipulate some fate. And I'm going to exile a Mist Hollow Griffin, a Scourge, and what's a bad card? A Force? A Mana Crypt? I guess there's a bunch of bad cards. Let's go with the Force. Right. I'm going to play a Tameo. Don't feel like we're winning this game by attacking. All right, so this Icarid is probably going to eat the grief. Wait, where's the grief? There's no grief. So is there actually anything good for this Icarid to eat then? You don't want to get rid of your Shambling Shell or your Thug just to bring back Amalgam, or would you? You might. I don't know. No, they're not going to bring back. Okay. And a Dredge. Okay, this hit 2 more Icarids. So now they're down to just a Shambling Shell, a Prized Amalgam, and 3 Icarids. I think they're running out of steam here. Another Force. So do I want a Lavinia? It's not like they're drawing spells they can cast. All right, well, we can attack with our Tameo at least. They're not attacking with an Narcomoeba anytime soon. The question is, do we want to invest in a clue token over playing a creature this turn? Oh, I guess a Mana Crypt can't be cast because of Chalice, so a Mana Crypt is probably worse. This thing doesn't fly, right? The Mist Hollow Griffin flies. I want a flyer in case they get like a Narcomoeba, and I want maybe a 3/3 to block an Amalgam or an Icarid. So if they attack with, they can only really exile 1 Icarid. This Lavinia doesn't actually stop anything. Does flipping this help us? Kind of. Let's draw a card. That's a food chain. That win the game? I believe that is going to win the game. Oh, maybe it won't. Oh, we don't have a door port-mage though. So it doesn't win the game right away. A Narcomoeba is here. Okay, this Narcomoeba comes into play, brings back an Amalgam. They are out of dredging. Yeah, I think it wins the game. But not like immediately, but like in general. All right. So if I play a food chain, and all I have to do is sack my Snapcaster, right? I sack my Snapcaster. It becomes an Eternal Scourge. Oh, what's the quick keys here, chat? I forget the quick key. Is there a there's a key here that will help me. Is there like an auto spend or there's something. I can't remember what it is. It's been a while. W? Not W. I swear there was something that reduces the number of clicks. If anyone remembers what reduces the number of clicks, let me go. Oh, I guess, yeah, using the Scourge will help. All right. So all I can really do right now is play all my creatures, right? But they can't get through this. And then I can attack and make a token. And if I ever draw a mage, we instantly win a game. Or ballista. But they're out of dredgers here, so... Even though they have 4 Icarids, I don't think it matters much. I gotta make sure... Yeah, I can just block whatever and exile them as well. And this is not an infinite resource either. Like, if they bring back 2 Icarids, I just block with 2, Mist Hollow Griffins and exile them both to food chain. They don't pitch to hand size yet, and their hand is entirely dredgers, right? All right, so let's kill the Narcomoeba and block the 2 Icarids. Do I care about 3 life? They have 1 more Creeping Chill in their deck. It's like a lot easier for me to win the game with this Oracle if I find a mage. Probably can just take it. I don't think this game has any more thought to it, as long as I can win before my opponent puts cards into their yard, which should be very doable. All right, so that didn't do anything. Let's attack. I guess I should have been attacking. Whatever, it's fine. So these come in, I get a clue. Also, I can flip my Tameo, right? Well, I guess I need to hit a land to flip my Tameo. Let's draw a card. That's a land. Oh, I guess this puts me to 4. I don't think I need to force ever again in this match anyways. She flips. Plus, why is it nothing going on the stack? I must have turned something off. Stack abilities automatically. All right. And then I replay all of these. I don't think Oculus is vintage playable. It's not really, like, the strengths of Oculus are not really what you're looking for in vintage, right? And again, if anyone knows what the quick keys are to make this faster, if there are any, I would love to know. This is 6. I do have to be a little bit careful now, though, because if I force, I actually could die to Creeping Chill later. All right. I think MTG bot is currently down, but we are 0-1. We got Coveted Jeweled. They very easily beat me through Hull Breacher. It doesn't seem like W worked for Food Chain, no. I did try that one. All right, well, now I can just block this. Yeah, I guess I might be attacking them first. So they're at 7 cards. They're not pitching to hand size. Once they pitch to hand size, they do have a Golgari Grave Troll, though. Let me just go minus and get the Lorien revealed back. And then just cast Lorien revealed. Because if it hits a Dour port-mage, that's game winning. I swear it's just like not using my mana anymore. So maybe I accidentally turned it off. All right, so we hit the Dour port-mage. Okay. So now we can win the game. All right. Bear with me as I click forever. Why did I sign up for this? On second thought. What was I thinking? No, I don't want to do that. I wish you would put this thing closer to me. Maybe there's a reason this deck doesn't get played on Magic Online. It's actually kind of annoying that they have Chalice, because I can't play like a Time Walk or something. I guess it's good that this appears, because I I guess the minute I find another Dour Mage, then it goes even faster. Every time I F6, it would put the thing up, though. Oh, I found the Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista. How much do I need to do it for, chat? 20. So I have 4, I have 5 damage on the ground. I have 6 damage on the ground. So I needed to do it for 20. So I need 40 mana. If I hadn't sacked the, I already exiled the mage. So each one of these is 8 clicks. Is this the best use of my time? No, I don't. I don't think there's a button. I tried the W, and the W did not work. My opponent is gonna try to time me out, which is fair. I have used a bunch of clock. I wish this. I feel like I'm lagging because I'm hitting the button, but it's not going. I can't like auto pick. See, like I hit that button and it doesn't actually do anything. I wish I could auto choose like a food chain, maybe. I don't know. It's okay though. We have a plan now. The Thassa's Oracle would have helped a lot, right? But I can't bounce it in the same turn, And I can't play any black Lotuses. Because in that case, we could have just drawn through our deck with the multiple mages and then played the Oracle. But I had to use it to block in the early game. Well, I had to use it to threaten to block in the early game. Watch my opponent like force of will this. I actually can't. I can't counter back because I have 4 life. Oh yeah, it's true. There's a Lavinia as well. I think the food chain is not actually activating on the first time I choose, which is a little weird. Also, it keeps giving me priority back. I gotta check my settings after this. We're almost there, though. I'm only playing 1 league tonight because I wanted to hang out with Nyx, and I might have picked the wrong deck, huh? Too funny. All right. No, what the? We conceded after I started showing you what. Huh? Oh yeah, I was gonna leave. I could have left the other Scourge. Oh, my opponent said sorry, didn't see. All right, I accept. It's okay. No worries. I was ready to click through when I registered the deck. All right, we have a Cage and a Crypt and a Containment Priests. That was game 1, right? We beat Dredge in game 1 because Wasteland. Thanks, Wasteland. If you'd seen Magic Online code, you would not be surprised. You would absolutely not be surprised. Okay, Spell Pierce, Negation, keep Mental Misstep because we're trying to Wasteland their Bazaar. Don't want to give them Noxious Revival. And then again, I think I'd like to like trim a Manipulative Fate and a Food Chain. That seems reasonable. Maybe I'd want to be able to combo kill them, and I'll just trim this Gataxian Probe, because what's the Gataxian Probe really doing? Something like that? Sure, let's try that. All right, we did beat Dredge in a game 1, so I'm pretty thrilled about that outcome. This outcome is Savannah, Pearl, Mana Crypt, Tameo. I see. They kept a 7-card hand. Am I allowed to keep this? I don't think I am. Just on the back of Wasteland and no castles. I'm gonna have to mulligan this one. This one is all combo cards and no mana. So that's gonna be a mulligan. Wish we had a Leyline of the Void. Okay, this is a Tormod's Crypt, a Wasteland. Okay, I like this one. Keep. And then let's bottom Manipulate Fate and Mana Crypt. Keep. These are not lockout cards here, but they are good. Hope we don't get hollowed one. Our hand is not exactly equipped to beat a hollow one. Probably would have to force a hollow one. Shell Imp Grave Troll. Hollow one. All right, well, I'm going to force your hollow one. You're going to force back? That's not good. No, they're not going to force back. Okay, well, I kind of need this Tormod's Crypt to resolve too. Food chain, huh? All right, this plays around Noxious, I guess. I guess it doesn't really play around Noxious. Is there even a good timing window? I guess I can just wait. Let them dredge if they want. Do you want to dredge? You do. Oh, well, now I have to activate. So if they have a Noxious now, I can't really do anything about that because I used my force on a hollow one. Pew. All right. I guess this does mean in a couple turns they can discard their Grave Troll. But I feel like getting more of those cards with like making them dredge and have to hit something makes sense. I drew my Oracle again. Ay, 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 ay. I'm not casting it this time. Maybe they will just pitch Grave Troll to hand size, and that will be too much for me. All right, one more time, and they get to go to hand size. Uh-oh. Will I get punished here for my letting them dredge? I might be. All right, they pitch Golgari Grave Troll to hand size. Ponder. Misty Rainforest Force. I think we take the Misty, but probably don't take another land. Still want to be able to draw Containment Priest. All right, here's the Dredge 6. It did hit Dredger. It hit a Dredge 4. And then I guess it's Dredge 6 again because they'll just pitch the Golgari Grave Troll to hand size. I wonder if I did make a mistake and not just like get rid of the Golgari Grave Troll. I thought it is usually better to thought it'd be better to wait until they like make them hit a dredger or a dredge that mattered, but they did bring in 2 Sickening Shoals. Here's another Dredge 6. This one hit a Stinkweed and an Icarid. I don't have another Tormod's Crypt in my deck. I'm gonna have to draw kind of well, or at least a Containment Priest. I have some problems here. But they do seem like they were of my own making. It could have been anything other than a Grave Troll as well, but the Grave Troll is the biggest treasure. Oh, they kept the Grave Troll in hand and pitched a Thug. I wonder if that means they are looking to maybe Force of Vigor me. Interesting. Isn't that really risky for them? Because now I guess they don't need to pitch to hand size because they have enough dredgers in their yard. So it makes sense. Containment Priest. That's a Mist Hollow Griffin. I can't actually cast the Mist Hollow Griffin yet, but oh, they have a Noxious here? Noxious on Bazaar? Alright. Well, I can force an exile on my Mist Hollow Griffin. Alright. The beatdown's coming, though. Icarid's in play. Dredge 5 on the Imp. Hit another Imp. Black Lotus. Okay. I don't think I'm supposed to... Maybe I'm supposed to cast Oracle to just scry 4? Oh, I probably am. I actually can't really like do the block sack here because I don't have the 4th mana either. If I had the 4th mana, I could block sack and just replay Griffin, but I don't. How many chills? 2 chills left. Yeah, because like I could find a Containment Priest. Oh. Yeah, I guess that slows me down for a turn. 13 cards left in my opponent's deck, though. Strip mine. All right, I will play a new Mist Hollow Griffin. We're just playing 3/3 flyer control. I should play the Oracle, right? I should learn from my mistakes. Yeah, there's a Containment Priest. Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, Dredge, chill, Narcomoeba, Amalgam. Uh-oh, is it too much? Is this one Dredge too much? Because they get an Amalgam? Uh-oh. Lock. Exile. F6. Because now I go Mist Hollow, Mist Hollow, Mist Hollow, Mist Hollow, Mist Hollow, Mist Hollow. Containment Priest. Go. Thanks, Damien. All right, so the Ichor doesn't come back. They dredge anyways, hitting chill, putting me to 5. I can just block the Narcomoeba and block the Prize Malcolm with the Oracle, so it's fine. I think they're locked out now. Sickening Shoal, Sickening Shoal, Sickening Shoal. There's 5 cards left in their library. What a funny game. And block here, block here. I lose my Thassa's Oracle, but I don't need my Thassa's Oracle. They draw out in 5 turns. Sure. The Ichor can't enter, and they only have 5 draws, and every turn I just... what they should really do is they should draw for turn naturally, and maybe try to draw a Force of Will blue card and try to counter the Griffin. But even then, that's probably too late. I guess I could just let the Griffin die. Is it more likely they hit their 4th Sickening Shoal? Or blue card Force? I think they might have taken out Force. I'm not sure. Oh. I guess I can't actually cast that. Oh, I guess I could have cast that because I could crack this and it would be fine because there's no more creeping chills, right? Yeah. Okay, so I could have because I have a Scourge in my deck. Yeah. Oh, so they did hit the Sickening Shoal. Oh my lord, they hit the Sickening Shoal on their 1 draw step? Okay. So I lose. Well, I don't lose, but it's not good. Okay, wait. 3 cards. Wow, the 1 draw step. Sickening Shoal. Okay, the 4th Sickening Shoal too. So they have 3 amount to... I can still win here by blocking, right? Time Walk. I have just enough life. Scourge, Mist Hollow Griffin, Force, done. Should I just Time Walk? I need to make 3 creatures and block. Oh, I should use the other one. Ooh. I'm probably supposed to Time Walk there, but this is fine. Because Time Walk could get Mind Break trapped or something. Well, they draw for turn here. But I mean, I have other options, right? I have Time Walk and I have stuff. So like I can draw out of this. I'm not winning immediately on board. Block, block, block. Exile, exile, exile. Go to my next one. Icarus dies. Oh, time walk. Containment Priest should do it. Wow, those were definitely unique ways to beat Dredge. That was a really cool game. I feel like the Scourge being 3 mana actually mattered in that game. If it was a blue card, we would have lost, right? So this is a game where a Scourge being not blue could matter, because we'd love to be able to pitch a Mist Hollow Griffin to Forcible here. It is Absorbent 3, though, so who knows? Classic Absorbent 3. Start with a Mox. We allow it, though. Ooh. Yeah. I guess I'll let your legendary spells be uncounterable. I don't really feel like I should be countering it, but there's oh, I really wish I had a white source. I guess we can take a quick peek. Why don't you show me your secrets? Show me your secrets. No? I see. I got pyroblasted. Alright. Wasteland. But if they have a red and 6, I feel silly, man. If I get red and 6, I lose the game, right? Yeah. I don't know. Caracas. Tarmogoyf. I have a Swords to Plowshares. I refuse to counter this Tarmogoyf. I have a Swords to Plowshares. There's no way I'm ever countering a Tarmogoyf. It's just not happening. All right, Flooded Strand and Manipulate Fate. Yes. So Manipulate Fate can be a blue card to force, and then Flooded Strand can be my white card. Maybe I should take the Lorien Reveal. But I'm always fetching away next turn, so. Wasteland. Please don't play Minsk and Boo. Okay. No, I think we're past Moto crashing. I think we're okay now. Oh boy. All right. So I have a swords for the Tarmogoyf, a classic. The problem is if it's a legendary spell, I can't force it. So hopefully they don't draw any legendary spells. Because I really don't want to die. I'm particularly worried about Boo. Savannah. Swords. Okay. No, 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 stop wastelanding me. I guess I'm not wastelanding them. If they cast an uncounterable Red and 6, I swear to God, I will lose it. I'm also dying. What is that? It's gonna enchant a creature gets +1/+1 whenever land you can. It's not. This is. Wait, it's an enchantment? Can I spell pierce this? Oh. Well, shit. It's not a creature, it's an enchantment. What? That's crazy. I've never seen it cast as a creature or as an enchantment. Because I didn't play much of Nadu Modern, so. Wow, okay. That feels wrong in the inside, but I'm gonna cast Manipulate Fate. All right, I'm going to put Mist Hollow Griffin and Mist Hollow Griffin and Mana Crypt into exile. I really don't want a Mana Crypt in my life right now. Okay. Your move, opponent. Should I Wasteland this Caracas in case my opponent has a Boo? Like, that's the only thing I'm worried about. Well, it's not true. I'm worried about the one Boo, the one Red and 6. Those are the one Grist. That's what I'm worried about right now. But I also need the mana. Like, I need to get to 4 mana. Siege. Alright. I'm going to play an Eternal Scourge. That'll stop the beats. If I draw another land next turn, maybe I'll take a turn off in Wasteland. But I can't stop Ren and 6 by Wastelanding. I can only stop Boo. Green. Malevolent Rumbling. Nah. Nah, man. Nah. Nope. Nope. Can't let that happen. That cannot happen. Besiege you. How goes it, chat? They're doing okay. They're making me play a deck that clicks a lot. For me? Oh, we're doing okay. Snap Ponder is on the table. Kind of like the table. Snap Ponder. How was work? Time Walk, Misstep, Force. Aren't these cards awful? I mean, Time Walk's not awful, but Force Misstep sounds awful. Strip mine. Okay. Okay. Attack. You know what we forgot to watch? The finale of Oshinoko.
No, it wasn't out yet.
No, but then the next time you came over, it was. I have it downloaded, but I don't have time to go. All right. I mean, they've hit the mana, so they clearly don't have it. But I can just keep wastelanding. I'm the beatdown. If my Snapcaster trades with a delighted halfling, like, we don't care, right? So I'm gonna start casting some birds next turn. Some griffins, to be more precise. I guess a griffin is not a bird. Fair. Okay. All right. But you have all mana. I get that. I see the error in my ways. All right. Well, I technically cannot wasteland you right now. I'm going to play the bird first in case it gets... I guess it doesn't matter if it gets pyroblasted or not. An hour later, I should say. I just want to get rumbling. Like, so I guess I should have attacked first. I was thinking, like, counter magic. But because I'm at 8 life. My opponent is a known Bolt gamer. Maybe we could still have gotten a couple damage in. We just outvalued our poor red-green opponent by manipulating fate. Absolute vintage gameplay. Peak vintage gameplay. Ooh, I actually am gonna play the Lavinia because it turns off planeswalkers. No, I think you're right. I mean, I'm giving you the reason. I'm not telling you. Opponent. Oh, sorry. Thanks for the 3 life though. I'm gonna get that back later. I'm not saying my reason was correct. I'm just giving you the reason that my head was using. Oh boy. Oh, we're getting rebbed. Pew. Wait, what are we getting? We're getting nothing? I'm concerned. They can still cast Tarmogoyfs for this amount of mana. The Swords to Plowshare just to rebuy my Griffin the next turn is... Oh, I need this to make blue mana. I guess I don't need it to make blue mana. I only need 2 attacks though. Big swing. Big swing. I didn't tell you yet, but I got freaked out today. I got a message from Halstead about a noise complaint. And I was like, what the hell did I do? I don't have any. I'm not ever loud after quiet hours. What did I get a noise complaint for? I'm never streaming after 10 p.m.
Oh, you didn't find out?
No, so I emailed them. I was like, oh, hey, is this directed to me or is it toward the group? So I can, like, can you give me more details on a time so I can, try to figure it out and make sure everyone's still happy? What I say? I said something really good. I said, so I can assure the, it was good. It was really good. I'm getting really good at corpse speak.
You're not noisy.
I'm not noisy. That's what I'm saying. Well, sometimes, like, if I'm streaming, maybe I'm noisy, but
even then, like, maybe I can kind of tell that you're streaming in the hallway, but like, it's not.
I mean, I know the people that are loud. It's not me. What was I doing? Playing against Absorbent 3? Dismembers. No, I'm a big apartment complex. So dismember, swords, probably not Hull Breacher, and then negations are only good against planeswalkers, which is like really tough. I guess I can keep spell pierces in. What did I say? I want to know what that. What did I say? To ensure a friendly living environment for me and my whatever. It was really good. Anyways, so I emailed them and I was like, give me some more dates, give me some more times. I want to try to, fix the problem or whatever. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, this wasn't directly just at you. This was a message to all the 4th floor or whatever. And I was like, okay, maybe you should have said that in the email. But so I think it's the, people are always allowed at like 2 a.m. coming back from drinking. That's what I assume. Green, white, Tarmogoyf, Malevolent Rumbling. Damn, I had a spell pierce for that.
They probably had to make it seem like it was directly to the...
No, they could have said, like, we are hearing noise complaints on the 4th floor.
Yeah, but then whoever it's towards probably... Oh, it's not me.
Comet Stellar Pup?
Most people are like, it's not my problem. It's not me. You're probably the only one who was like, oh, was I being loud?
I don't want them to have noise complaints about me. I want to live here. If my do I I feel like I need to play around my opponent slamming a planeswalker next turn. I'm just gonna go Sapphire Go and hold up Spell Pierce. I am a little scared. My opponent is ramping out Comet Stellar Pups with Malevolent Rumbling. I need to not get Minskin booed. Like, if my opponent goes Taiga Minskin Boo here, don't I lose the game? Oh, now it's gonna be uncounterable. This is not an instant. Unlucky. What is that? Fear of missing out? That's not a name of a magic. That's a name of a magic. When Fear of Missing Out enters, discard a card, draw a card. When Fear of Missing Out attacks the first turn, if there are 4 more... You have Delirium? To get another combat? Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, no. They discarded Swords to Plowshares. Uh-oh. This thing attacks twice every turn for free. That's not good. All right, well, I can't counter a Planeswalker anymore, so I guess I'm manipulating fate. I'm going to put Griffin, and Scourge into my exile. Swords to Plowshares. I mean, I can't really Swords the Delighted Halfling because they can still cast a spell. So I guess I'm just swordsing the Fear of Missing Out. I mean, they chose not to keep this Comet Stellar Pup, right? Oh, I guess they couldn't choose to keep it. What is this? Permanent card. They chose to keep a land. It's kind of interesting that they chose to keep a land over a comet. I'm just gonna Swords this Fear of Missing Out. Maybe that's like super greedy, but... Or not greedy. Maybe it's... What's the opposite of greedy? Too conservative? I don't know. I just kind of had the read they didn't have anything. It just, like... Absorbent 3, I can usually tell when they have something. Dismember. So I could dismember the Delighted Halfling and Wasteland. Okay, I kind of like that, though. Oh, I dismembered with the wrong land. Whoops. Oh, I should play the island so I don't get Wasteland. Okay, I made maybe 4 different errors there. I needed to dismember with this land. And then because I didn't use this land, I should have played the island. What is this? Oh, God. That's not good. That's a 3/4 reach. It's really good against my team. It's okay. They're going to top deck Boo, and I'm going to Spell Pierce it, and then I'm going to play Misthollow Griffins. No, that's a Goblin Crater Maker. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Does this kill colorless? I guess it just momentarily blinks colorless. All right, I'm going to play my 3/3 and keep building my mana, and then play my 3/3 and keep building my mana. And eventually, my 2 3/3s can block a 3/4. True story. We're not going to die to creatures. We have infinite exiling. Well, not infinite exiling, but like we manipulated fate. Someone who manipulates fate can't die to creatures. What is this? Oh, okay. They're time walking me. Green? Agatha's Soul Cauldron? Well, that's a problem. Can't spell pierce that. Unlucky. Okay. Maybe I am dying to creatures. All right, first main phase, Wasteland, so I don't get rebbed. And then, oh, I guess I have an Eternal Scourge to get, so I probably should have Pondered. Well, I guess I still am not getting Pondered. Ooh, Walking Ballista. Interesting. Is this kind of bad, though? Like, I'm just casting Mist Hollow Griffins and Eternal Scourges for their, like, I don't need these cards. These cards are not good. Give me a Source of Plowshares. Oh. Give me a Food Chain. Okay. So if they don't have a Vigor, we can play all of our Duders. I am at 4. Oh, they're not attacking. Don't like that play. I mean, they have a Vigor, right? Like it's Absorbing 3, right? Like, let's be serious. Got an F6. All right. We are no longer dying to creatures as we have entered the Eldrazi horror Griffin phase of the game. Manipulate Fate has actually been really good, huh? Like, Manipulate Fate has been legitimately strong for us multiple times already. All right, all I have is birds. They can't attack, though, because this thing's a 3/4 reach. I mean, they can attack. They can attack. I can exile 1. They get in for 3 damage. I guess I can get in for 3 damage every turn. Is this broken? I just have to make 1,000,000 mana every turn? Doesn't that seem like a pain in the butt? This is gonna be a pain in the butt. Just to get in 6 damage every turn. Oh, Justin. Why are you doing this? A plus. Senpai really said, Justin, I'm going to make you click the most possible times in one evening. All right. Boom. Here we go. All my turns take 30 clicks to execute. Yeah, like that. Clicks. Maybe I'll draw Swords to Plowshares. Perfect. Wait a second. Yeah, that works. I will go to 3 life. I have to at least replay one of these creatures so I don't die to a second endurance, right? I guess I could just force it. But he could have, you know, Simian Spirit Guide Red Elemental Blast, so. Let's just do this once. Oh, I guess it doesn't actually take that many clicks to reset. Because they all make enough mana for each other. Fair enough. All right. This, it feels like I'm cheating. I have infinite free creatures. How is my creature opponent supposed to beat infinite free creatures? That's just illegal. Green, white, green, Elvish Spirit Guide. You got it. Resolves. This does not even buy a turn. Attack. Probably should play the Emerald out. We have done it the old-fashioned way. Well, I gotta win versus Absorbent 3. I gotta take those, because they don't always happen for me. Manipulate Fate, huh? I like it. It's blue. It draws a card. It draws 4 cards. It's basically Ancestral Recall. I feel like every time I play against Absorbent 3, I introduce him to new parts of Magic. Like Vigilancing Mist Hollow Griffins. Accepted. Okay, welcome to round 4. We are 2-1 with our Food Chain Manipulate Fate deck. We are up against Juan Anton, who makes me want to have a Force of Will in my opening hand, but at least I can probe and ponder and figure things out. So we actually won the die roll this time, so I think this is more than keepable. We have a couple ways to draw cards if we need to 100% find a force. Miss Hollow Griffin, a great card to pitch to Force of Will, if we do find one. I'm kind of excited. This hand looks like it does. This is a card I've really been wanting to test in a variety of shells. So I incinerated some tickets so I could buy one or two. All right, my opponent has Force of Will, Hull Breacher, Vexing Bauble, Merchant Scroll, Urza's Saga, land. In that case, I am going to deploy the Tamayo. Camillo. I don't know why I'm saying it weird. I know how to say it. Their hand seems bad. Well, it's got a Vexing Bauble in it and a Force of Will, so that's how you know it's peak gaming. And they're on the draw, and they have a Vexing Bauble, also peak gaming. My poor opponent hasn't learned. They need to cut Vexing Bauble from every deck. Island. I could strip mine that, but I need to save it for the Urza Saga. That card pretty good, though, I've been told. Let's get an extra treasure here. Clue.
Oh my god, they try to explain the rules of
Like, isn't this absurd? Your hand has Force of Will, and you played a Vexing Bauble. What if I play Tinker on this turn? Like, isn't this crazy? Am I the only one living in this universe? Like, isn't who? I don't get how people play this card. It hurts them so much. It's crazy. I'm gonna cash in on this brainstorm while my opponent's tapped out from Hull Breacher. This isn't like a thing that happens seldomly. This happens all the time. This card hampers your ability to play Magic so much. Is it good to have? It's good to have 2 Tamios, right? Because like they're not the same, so I can just keep making clues. Though I guess my clues are not very good against Hull Breacher, to be fair. But I'm gonna have plenty of lands anyways, so we can probably just get rid of the Griffin and a land. Flip my Tamio. Oh, she's gonna return Time Walk soon. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna accidentally flip the second just because I don't have like more brainstorms in my deck, right? Yo, welcome, Calibrators. I'm playing some vintage food chain tonight. And I'm currently trying to figure out if I want to strip mine this, even though I know my opponent has... No, I want to fetch away those cards. But then what am I playing? Am I playing Tamio Ponder? Yeah, probably play Ponder. Mist Hollow Griffin, Manipulate Fate. I guess these are okay. Because they're not going to get to 3 mana next turn, so... Thanks, Caleb. Congrats on your engagement, I believe. Happy for you. Oh, yeah, my opponent is a very strong player. I'm not saying my opponent is a bad player. I am just trying to figure out why people are playing Vexing Bauble when I think it's so weak of a card that actively hurts you. I have a lot of respect for my opponent. Bro, why would you say that, man? Time out. How do I time out you? Ancestral Recall. Okay. So my Tamio can get me a Time Walk here. Seems pretty good. And it can't be countered because my opponent has a Vexing Bauble in play, even though they have a Force of Will in their hand. Just doesn't make sense. I think I'd rather manipulate Fate over a port-mage here, just to get these cards out of my deck. Take our Time Walk turn. Lavinia. Okay. Can't be countered because of Vexing Bauble. I guess I'm going to use this Strip Mine to play the port-mage so I can hold up Spell Pierce. Obviously, this... Just be kind to others. All right, Urza's Saga. I guess if they play Ancestral... Yeah, playing a Hull Breacher here makes a whole lot of sense. I have a lot of draw spells in play right now. Could it be used in Legacy? Yeah, I don't see why not. All right, I gotta make sure I don't do any drawing, though. It's kind of hard. Wait, I can just return my Time Walk again? This card slaps. All right, so I play this. I wasteland this Saga. I attack with my Tamio. And then I play a Mist Hollow Griffin. It's unfortunate I can't use my 10 clues and Dower port-mage. But it's okay. I do have 2 swords in my deck for what it's worth. If we find them, they'd be very good here. But I have also a bunch of cards that I drew from my Manipulate Fate that I can play. Our last few opponents have not been... yeah, I'm about to say, break the bobble. Our last few opponents have not been able to beat the Mist Hollow Griffins. Blue-white Time Walk. I am going to Spell Pierce this because my Spell Pierce can't hit their Ancestral if they have enough mana. I'd rather just get the whole extra turn here because I also have a Time Walk of my own with the Tameo. So I think it's a really high... Oh, okay, also that. Right, I'm going to get the Time Walk from my yard again. Then I'm going to Time Walk again. Then I'm going to play this thing. And then I'm going to attack with the boys. Yeah, I mean, if they block with the Hull Breacher, don't I just, like, instantly win the game? So I probably should have attacked with this Lavinia last turn. Like, they are going to lose the game if they unlock Hull Breacher. So... Okay, draw for turn. Swords to Plowshares. And it's uncounterable because of Lavinia. Okay, yeah, you've lost the game. You may concede at any time. Attack with the team. Just attack with everybody, I guess. I don't know. I could, like, bounce something back with the Dower port-mage, but I just don't really want to. How many cards have I drawn this turn? 1, so I can draw another one without worrying. Like, if I get a Wasteland, it's really good. Force? Sure. Yeah, I mean, like, this is a very... Like, they lost this game because they played Vexing Bobble. That's not an overstatement. That's just the truth. Oh, you drew a Flusterstorm? Sure. Okay. Three, 6. I do have lethal on board, and I have a swords in backup with this Tameo. Both these Tameos have been great, but mostly this Tameo. I have another Time Walk. And they can't counter it because Lavinia. Big. That was a clinical disruption. I want my own Hold Breachers. I want my own swords. I don't exactly know what my opponent's playing. Collector Oops could be good. Don't know if Dismembers are good. I don't really know how to board here, though. Like, this does seem like a matchup where I want all of the magic cards. I think it's a little unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure the food chains are not very good here. Like, I don't know if I feel like I don't know, man. I don't want to cut the food chains, but, like, my opponent's probably playing Esper Tinker of some kind. How am I going to fit all these magic cards in? Don't I want to play all these magic cards? Feels bad. Just, like, take out the... I guess the whole package comes out pretty easily. I actually think the Walking Bliss is fine. The Dower port-mage is not great, but... maybe we can trim. Maybe the mage is worse than keeping Manipulate Fate and Mist Hollow Griffins. That could be true. Oh, this Thassa's Oracle needs to go. Do I really want to have 2 Manipulate Fates if I don't have Eternal Scourge? All right, I'll keep the value stuff and just board in a bunch of good cards for the matchup. I always hate when I take out like the cool, interesting combo we're doing, but that's just sometimes you just have to do that in Vintage, and you don't really have a lot of choice in the matter. Like sometimes you play against Dredge and you need to get 10 cards from your sideboard, and it turns out the clunky combo is the 10 worst cards in your deck. Oh, I mean, you can get rid of bad cards too. Like in our Dredge matchup, we were getting rid of Force of Will when it was dead, so I could have negated this Black Lotus to play around like my opponent playing a Hull Breacher with it, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that. So my opponent, but I can always negate a Twister, so. Yeah, I mean, I think Manipulate Fate for Mist Hollow Griffins has been fine. Decent value. White mana. Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna beat the crap out of us. I don't have a swords in my hand right now. But I did move in all my removal though, so. Yeah, that card's real good against our deck. It's real good against like Fair Magic. Collector Oof. Yep. Okay. Gotta start playing some 2/2s, but I don't think we're beating a Monastery Mentor. It's very sad. I think I like the idea of Collector Roof before Lavinia here, but could be wrong too. I'm like a lot worried about a top or some kind, like a Sensei's top. Yep. I am not equipped to beat a Monastery Mentor. Besides, like, my removal spells, which are not in my opening hand. I feel like I have to cast this Ponder, or things are bad for me. Black Lotus. Classic. I mean, playing 2 creatures here is just not good enough, right? I need to find one of my 6 removal spells. All right. I'm just going to next. I don't think this is winnable from this spot. I boarded in all my removal, though. I have 5 removal spells. I just had the wrong force. I guess I could bring the Walking Ballista, but it's just 1 Mentor. I think I'd rather keep the Ballista out and just keep this stuff in. I mean, sometimes your opponent goes Black Lotus, Monastery Mentor. That is certainly a vintage play. A vintage play I'm well accustomed to. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess 2 Mist Hollow Griffins is probably enough off Manipulate Fate that maybe Ballista's better. Yes, keep. I like to keep this hand. I would like to keep this hand. I'm gonna keep. Snap keep. A million times keep. All right, so start with a Ponder. Oof. Pearl Wasteland. Are those cards that I want? I don't think so. I don't think those are cards that I want. I mean, I also don't want that card. Hey. What the heck, man? This Scourge keeps popping up in my hand. No, you didn't even misstep the Ponder? Savage. He's too good. That's why I don't like playing as powerful wizards. Uh-oh. All right. Every powerful wizard is susceptible to one wasteland gaming. Brainstorm. Hope you lock yourself. A little bit of lock. A little bit of locking. I'm going to manipulate my fate. How does that make you feel? Yeah. Oh! We got Force of Will. We got Force of Will pitching Force of Will on Manipulate Fate. You were here, chat. You were here when Manipulate Fate was forced. Please don't play a Monastery Mentor, man. Please. Oh, man. Too good. I'm gonna click the Wasteland button on my opponent. Do you have a Hold Breacher? Oh, Hold Breaching. Okay. I have a 3/3 though, so. 3/2 attack. Maybe they're out of white mana. Or blue mana, I should say. No, I drew a Ponder. That's not good. Maybe they'll trade. White? Swords? Good try. Almost. It's coming back. Brilliant. Missed Hollow Griffin. Okay. No attack. I don't have a swords, a white mana or a swords of my own, though. Oh, I have a white mana. I got a bird. No, Griffin. Griffin, Justin. Not a bird. No, it forced my Griffin. All right. Fair enough. Trade. What's the worst that could happen? Flusterstorm. Not a terrible draw. We've done a lot of combat in this league. Lots of combat. Lots of attack phases, blocking phases. It's been crazy. Even against Dredge. I don't know how that happened. Oh, I'm sorry, chat. I F6'd. I fell for the second main demonic tutor. My bad. My bad. I fell for the second main phase demonic tutor. Maybe they went for Black Lotus Twister. Maybe it's fine. It's okay. I'm draw a Collector this turn. Ooh, Swords to Plowshares. I'm trying to speed it up, you know? My bad. It's okay. I'll get him with my second main phase Ponder. I mean, they have something. What is it? They have another Hold Breacher. You think it's another Hold Breacher, chat? I feel like it's a Hold Breacher. Okay, whatever. Oh, it wasn't. All right, well, die, I guess. Let's take a quick peek. Yawgmoth's Will Bolus Citadel. Nope. Sorry, friend. Feels good. All right. Fifth and final round of our Vintage League. We're probably up against Jeskai Ajani, if I had to guess. This player did play that at Eternal Weekend in Japan, and there is a Lurrus. The Japans. My hand has a Food Chain and a Black Lotus and a Time Walk. Is that enough? No, no, yeah. I think the other seasons are worth watching of Peaky Blinders.
Somebody agree with me?
Someone stopped watching in season 3,
Yeah,
which is fair.
I trusted you, and I kept watching. It hasn't.
What do you mean it hasn't gotten better? It's gotten better.
Better, but really not.
Well, it's not going to get back to season 1.
No.
Maybe the movie. Should I just deploy the Food Chain on turn 1 here?
They're really fucked up.
I'm also representing Flusterstorm, which is kind of nice. Yeah, what about that? Okay, it resolved. Wasteland. Uh-oh. My green mana. And my blue mana. Yeah. I don't think that's ideal for me here. No! My Manipulate Fate! It was gonna be so good! I need my blue mana back. I didn't really think about getting Wastelanded, to be perfectly honest. I just wanted to represent Flusterstorm and Spell Pierce. Of course he has a Mox. Classic. Oh, fixes the mana with the Mox and the Lorien revealed. Brutal. Didn't get a basic, though. Pew, 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 pew. I can bounce a Johnny with this, though. I guess bouncing a Johnny is not ideal. Yeah, maybe he's off a Johnny. Didn't top 8 the Eternal Weekend, so. Ooh, an Eternal Scourge. Pretty sure I'm supposed to Wasteland this Black Source, though. Hopefully there's not like another Lorien revealed. Man, I still think I was supposed to play the Tropical Island, but I definitely got punished by getting Wastelanded. Tundra. Lavinia. Oh, Vexing Bauble, sure. Sweet, my spells aren't getting countered. I guess this one can get cracked, so less weak. Tundra Gaming. Okay, so I'm going to start with a Time Walk. If they want to Spell Pierce the Time Walk, I think that's okay for me. I think it's better if Manipulate Fate resolves than Time Walk. Maybe not. Maybe Manipulate Fate was the bait. And Time Walk, I don't know. Like, Time Walk doesn't really do that much here. Because, like, if I draw creatures, I just draw creatures and we do the thing. Black Lotus? Uh-oh. That's not good. The frog. Yeah. Now what, chat? Now what? Blocking is not exactly amazing, but I can always block and sack, I guess. Okay, so they have a Bowmaster, though, that just pings this thing. Blue? Brainstorm. So my opponent's worried that, like, I'll just combo off here, so they're thinking about trying to counter it. Because if this gets countered, then it's like buys a whole turn. But like I don't have any combo here. Like I have an Eternal, so they're gonna force it. Okay. Pitching momentum. All right. So this is really bad for me because it's even worse than because it's going not into exile. So now I have to manipulate fate to get a thing, and they're gonna just draw a million cards with frog. Oh no, it's not good. Getting forced there was definitely bad for me. Gets rid of the cards that were brainstormed and draws a fresh one with frog. I guess this thing can't actually rock frog because this flies. So we're just gonna get buried by this frog here unless we draw our way out of it. Blue. Please don't be Treasure Cruise. It looks like Treasure Cruise. Oh, blue, white. Lavinia, sure. Lavinia shouldn't be a problem. It's so many frogs. All right, what do I need to draw here? A mage and then live. Let's island cycle. And then, was I tapped out? I think I was tapped out, right? And then manipulate fate. Let's go get 2 Mist Hollow Griffins and get rid of a bad card that we don't want to draw. Maybe just a fetch land. Maybe a force. Spell Pierce. Okay. I think there are decks that can use Bobble. Like, I don't feel Bobble is terrible in a Lurrus deck. You can obviously get value from it, but like, of course it has its downsides. There are definitely decks where I would not include Bobble. Just gonna return this and save life. They draw 2 cards. So if I can draw a mage next turn, and opponent doesn't draw a force or a removal spell, we could draw through our deck and oracle them. Yeah, we have to draw well. We have to just draw one of our 3 mages, really. Oh, we got Twistered. Well, that drew a mage. Isn't that kind of good for us? Wasteland. How I don't get time walked. This could end up really well, right? We could go Mox Lavinia. This could be winning. This is going to be the last round. Next.
I'm hungry. I might start making.
Okay. All right, I'm going to play Lavinia first. See if we can't draw out counter magic. And then I'm going to play the Mist Hollow Griffin. And then I'm going to make some mana with Mist Hollow Griffins. We might have gotten there. It was kind of an odd time twister. But maybe he felt like I already had the combo, so... Well, I guess there could be a Bowmaster. Oh, no. What if there's a Bowmaster? Oh, Swords the Lavinia? Isn't it a little late for that? I guess my mage can get countered now. Oh, oops. Cancel. I let my opponent know that I'm going to draw through my whole deck and play Oracle. See if he concedes. All right, we did the thing. This was a nice showing for the Dower port-mage. The Twister was interesting. All right, so we're probably just blue up against blue Esper Lurrus. I'm going to bring in additional removal spells. I think they're the most important thing for the matchup. I do like the idea of Hullbreacher in the matchup, though. And then I don't actually hate the food chain combo in this matchup. Oh, that was an Oracle kill. I told my opponent that I would draw through my deck and play Oracle, and got the concession. So that one definitely counts as an Oracle kill for sure. I don't like Spell Pierce very much. I do like Flusterstorm though. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring out this, and one more magic card. What's the last magic card to cut here? Mana Crypt, maybe? Kind of stinks to cut Mana Crypt if you're bringing in Hullbreacher, though. This feels like a rough Mana Crypt matchup, though. Yeah, let's take out the Mana Crypt, and we'll play a bit more value-oriented, but with some removal spells. See what happens. That was a good, clean game, honestly. Another Ancestral hand. Tamiyo, Karakas, Swords, Wastelands, and Slaps. I also really like Karakas against Lavinia Lurrus. Let's Wasteland the Underground Sea, and then deploy something with the Sapphire. You have a Lorien? No Lorien. I just don't know if it's Tamiyo or Ancestral Recall. I kind of like Tamiyo more, which is a little weird, but like Ancestraling on their upkeep means we draw a ton of cards. We might overdraw if we aren't able to play enough cards out. I don't know. I guess we would never overdraw, but like them forcing a Tamiyo means they don't have removal in their hand, and they don't have a force for Ancestral now. Feels like more of a win to me. A little bit of a bait. The problem with Tamiyo as like a pure bait spell is they can just have swords. Also, the problem is like casting Ancestral into my opponent's deck is extremely hard to do. So maybe that's another decent reason. Like we don't want to go now because they can have Fluster or Spell Pierce. And we don't want to wait because they can have Orcish Bowmaster. So like maybe just casting Ancestral on that turn was a better play. I don't feel like I'm going to... I don't feel like I'm going to play around on more Wastelands. I'd rather just have additional color protection. Okay, this is fine. What do you have in your hand here? So they had Bowmaster, Brainstorm, Cruise. Right, now I'm definitely just going to play this and cast Ancestral. They want to crack Brainstorm for a force or negation or misstep. I think that's okay with me. I drew 3 lands on my Ancestral. I'm going to Brainstorm now. This just feels like the right time to Brainstorm. Obviously, I have to redraw one of them, but it's okay. So my opponent has Cruise, Brainstorm, Bowmaster. He does have some serious ways to recuperate in this game. We might 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might have to Swords a Bowmaster. Manipulate is sorcery. Don't have a counter spell though for Cruise or Brainstorm. I'd like to just start deploying things. Definitely want to fetch away. Yeah, I'm gonna just take this turn to deploy the creatures. And then we can reevaluate next turn. He does have one unknown card. I'm a little concerned though, because Brainstorm Treasure Cruise is a lot of cards. I don't really have counter magic in my hand though. My ancestral, and I obviously I cut negation. I don't really like negation in the matchup, but I could have a Flusterstorms or Force of Wills. Brainstorm puts them to 6 cards. So if there's a fetch land or a land at all in the Brainstorm, he can cruise. Yeah. Hey, our advantage is somewhat diminished now. But I don't really know. Oh. All right. So he knows about swords. If he already has an answer, I mean, he can treasure cruise no matter what. An answer to swords is problematic because our next turn revolves around drawing cards. I'd like to attack with Tamiyo, draw a card with Tamiyo, and manipulate fate, flip Tamiyo, draw with port-mage. Oh, I don't have enough mana to do that. I'm a little concerned. Our Ancestral got us cards, but didn't really get us the right cards. And now my opponent has 5 cards in hand and a Lurrus still. We have Crackish Swords, but our other cards are just not that strong. I guess the Swords on Tamiyo here is annoying as well. Yeah. Oh, we drew a card from port-mage because of Prismatic Ending is an exile, but it triggers the Bowmaster. That's pretty funny. Ballista's not that bad here, though. Don't hate that. I kind of like just Ballista for 2. Guess there's no reason not to wait. Yeah, there's no reason not to wait. I'm still really behind though, because my cards are just not as good as my opponents, but I can actually Ballista once and then return my Ballista with my port-mage, which is kind of fun. I still have good answers in my hand though. Strip mine. Ugh, strip mine on my white source is pretty good. I only have 3 white sources. Oh, on my green source. Interesting. Don't know why. Is there any reason to Ballista now? There's like no reason to Ballista right now, right? You just keep waiting. I'm surprised about that strip mine. Maybe there's more wastelands in hand. But I can't like not play my lands, so. But if you were gonna do that, I feel like you would still hit the Tundra. My opponent said, I fear I am underprepared for food chain. I'm just going to deploy Lavinia and then play Caracas. That's also a combo with my port-mage here. There was no follow-up Bowmaster or follow-up Wasteland, which is nice. I don't know what my opponent's plan is, actually. Blue. I'll put Lurrus in hand, sure. I'm gonna just shoot this Bowmaster and then bounce my Ballista with my Mage. But then I get my Lavinia Swords. I think that's okay, though. And I draw a card. Wait, isn't this just crazy good value? You need to hit a land, though. That's a land and a Snapcaster. Oh, my. All right, let's draw the land. We have the Snapcaster in reserve. And then... Oh, I can't manipulate fate if I do it this way. I guess that's kind of annoying. Maybe I should have just drawn the Snapcaster. Because now I have to wait. I think I can just... Yeah, this is fine. I mean, it's just a long game, but I have a draw engine in play now, so... Maybe we, like, return Lavinia to our hand. Oh, that's totally fine. Now I just get to use my mana Swordsing the Frog. So... I don't think I need to draw with this. But I guess I will. What was my third card down? Was a Pearl. I actually want a Pearl. Because I just need as much mana as I possibly can get. Also, this lets me play the Pearl, so... Yeah, I'm just going to outvalue my opponent here. I guess I might have wanted to... Mist Hollow, and a fetch. I drew another Swords. I mean, I have just so much going on. I have Snap still. This is wild. Opponent has 6 cards in hand, though. But I feel like I'm just eking out so much value. GG's has been called. Wow, 4-1. We only lost the one match to Jewel. Wow, kind of a banger. All right, boom. How about that, chat? That was a solid 4-1 with the Dour port-mage, Eternal Scourge, Mist Hollow Griffin food chain deck. Reminder that we took this deck from a 5-3 list over in Eternal Weekend in Asia, and then added the Dour port-mage stuff that Senpai was interested in. And honestly, the mage was pretty good in those grindy matchups. The mage was great. I thought Manipulate Fate, 3 food chain, Eternal Scourge. Like, I actually was really impressed by these numbers: 3 food chain, 3 Manipulate Fate targets, 2 Griffins, 1 Scourge. That worked out perfectly for us. Not sure if the Oracle is really necessary, but on Magic Online it probably helps a lot. And the Tamiyo was great, and then all the blue and other cards were totally fine as well. So yeah, I mean, the Dour port-mage did some solid bouncing in the matchup that it would be good in. The controlling blue mirror totally makes sense that this card having extra turns to like return things to hand would be good. So honestly, a really nice showing, a really fun deck. Thank you to Senpai for donating. Right now, I do have donation deck lists turned off. We might revisit that in 2025 after all the Eternal weekends and I get through my backlog, because they are fun. It's a good time. But these are the kind of decks I would love to play on Wednesday night streams. Wednesday night streams are going to be for fun, creative, new attempts at breaking the format. So Wednesday night streams for fun decks, Saturday or Friday challenges for seriousness. And if you are interested in more videos like this one, check out my YouTube channel, subscribe. New videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.